Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. So here I am working on the kv75. What I did today was I removed a bunch of stuff that was not correct. Like I removed the taillight fixture off of here. I put the exhaust on to see what I needed. I need the exhaust tip. Need the whole taillight assembly. I'm working on the motor in the other room. So I basically went through and found like all the stupid things I need. Like they put this drop on here, this plate right here they put on there to bring the brake stay down. I mean, it looks like it came off a lawnmower, you know. So I took all that off. I put the brake stay right here. This is called brake stay, back to where it went in the proper angle. And I'm just kind of going over the bike. I need to get the rubber tips for here. I need to get a spring assembly for the other side. What do you call it there? I need a mess of parts is what I need. But nothing too dramatic. Got the seat, got the tank. I'm going to look for a replacement tank. So if you guys know of anybody who's got a replacement tank, I'm in the market for one. This is the factory coil that came off the bike. I'm not using the factory coil that came off the bike because this bike is now CDI. So that's what I'm working on today. The plastics are all in good shape. The plastic fenders are both there. The shocks are in good shape. Front suspension's in good shape. It does need brake pads and tires. This bike came with a whole tire and tube, so I need to get one more for the front. Some of the parts and pieces I need, I'll go over them as followed. I need a complete tail light assembly. I need the exhaust tip. I need the front pegs, both of them, the rubber parts for the pegs. I need both control sides on the handlebars. They massacred these ones. They cut the wires right off this one. Right there. Up in there. Where is it? Right here. See it? Right there. There's the wire hanging down right there. A little piece right there. I need a brake, what do you call it there? Throttle cable assembly, a complete headlight assembly, and a electrical harness. And that's pretty much it. The brake cables and everything else move alright. I'm going to take them off and lube them, both of them. So they do work, and they just need to be cleaned up and lubed, which is what I'm going to do with those. Going to fix those. Those are still good. And pretty much that's it. Working for that. Now on the motor's a different story. I need a lot more parts for the engine. However, I did clean the carburetor. Carburetor came out excellent. This bike right here I got running. Yeah, I got the bike running. There was nothing wrong with the way it ran. But there was a lot of stuff wrong with the engine. So I'm going to be going over some of the things like that with you guys before I get this bike up and going. Now, the bike I paid a little bit more than I should have for it. But I really can't complain. It's a vintage bike, and it does fit in the family of my bikes that I have, the KD, the KM, the KE. So getting this bike for that family was an absolute must, doing the bike right. So we're going to go ahead and fix this little guy up and go from there. It's going to fit nicely in my lineup. And this right here, next year will be on the cover of my channel page in the lineup. We're going to get rid of the green bike that's on there, the MT 80 there, the Yamaha on the end. So it's going to be a whole full lineup of Kawasaki's, which is nice. And then next year we'll change it up again, might do some Suzuki's in there. But everything works on it. These nuts right here all freed up. I already had them all apart. The suspension, I shook the heck out of it, and everything works as it should. There's nothing, I mean, it holds me up pretty nicely. So, all the bolts were there. The oil tank is on there and complete. You see the level right there. So it's going to need a line for that. The chain and sprockets don't look all that bad. They are going to get replaced, but they're not in bad shape. So pretty much, and there's the CDI coil, as you guys see it right there, mounted onto the factory mounts. I was asked a question about that. Will it mount up to the factory spot? Answer, yes it will. And I put, you'll see the orange wire coil wire, which is not factory for any of these bikes. That came off of the, that 12 volt coil that I bought off eBay for a video I did. I'm not using the coil, and it's a 12 volt coil. And they basically just unscrew, and then I use the KV stuff onto it. So it's got a nice orange wire for a nice orange tank, and it's pretty cool. So anyway, there's that for that, and then let's go take a look and see what I'm working on in the other room. Alright, so here we are at the bench, and here's the engine, the kv75 engine. Now on this one right here, I need a few things. I need the shifter shaft. I need a cylinder head because this one's cracked, and I need a jug because it's one of the fins are broken down there. Do I need to replace those? No, I don't. But I'm finicky and I like to do stuff like that. So this bike right here has been converted over to a CDI unit. You can actually see the CDI unit right in there. I just have some crap in there, but you can see the CDI, and there is no points. So I don't know if you can see that or not. But there's no points in this. Okay. I have it, what do you call it there? I like to use the factory wiring, so I had to make a pigtail. I'll explain to you that. It's got the factory end on it, and then for the KE, it's got the regular spade connector for that type. I made this jumper wire right here, just using a, I stripped them 1/4 inch, used a red heat shrink connector. This way I don't have to mess with the electrical harness. I like things plug and play. I don't want to cut the harness, the factory harness, and then make an expensive bike, junk. So when you remove these right here, I use the same tool as the KE100s, the flywheel removal tool, to do this. And now we're doing the timing. So as you can see, there's a red mark right here on the line. I'm going to get you guys in the stand. The timing is not set on this. And so I'm just going into 0 off and see where it has to go. And I did have this engine running, and it is close, but it's not dead on. So that's what I'm working on right now, is zeroing that in to where it needs to be. So I'm going to get you on the stand, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Alright, so I got you guys in the stand. So you guys notice there's a 12 volt motorcycle battery here. That's from my Yamaha Breeze. And I'm using that because, well, I'm not hooking up the charging system to do this. And the engine's not going to be running. So I pulled out the spark plug. The spark plug is pulled. And you'll see this clamp that's on the wire. This clamp right here is for my timing gun. So basically it's a magnetic pickup, and it picks up the pulses from the spark. The gun itself is right here. Just a strobe light is the on and off button, and then if you look in the barrel of it, it's not really a barrel, it's a flashlight. So every time this flywheel comes around and it ignites and the spark plug sparks, this picks it up and sends a flash. So by angling this up there, I'll be able to see where the line is, and it should line up with the line on the flywheel to the corresponding line on the block. Okay? Then what's going to happen is, if it doesn't, I'm going to have to pop the flywheel off and drill another hole. Now, I'm doing this to show you guys how I have to do it, but you guys aren't going to have to do that. This is not something that you guys are going to have to do, but I'm showing you how to check your timing. Now, say this bike had points, okay, points ignition. You can do the same thing and check it and make sure your points are correct and the spark is dead on. However, I'm converting this thing over to CDI, so the plate that has the CDI unit on it, I have to modify. I have to drill it out every, if it's off, I have to see if I can zero it in. I'm going to have to file it and all that type of stuff. I'm not going to do all that on the screen because it's going to be one hell of a long, drawn-out video that I'm not even going to want to watch myself. But I am going to show you guys the gist of what I'm doing. Okay? So, I'm going to shut off the light. I'm going to show you guys that I have spark. If you guys can see the spark plug or not down there. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in. And then we'll get you guys into the spark plug. Where you go? Oh, you're on the wrong way, Magoo. And there you go. Alright, so let's see if we can get the spark on the spark plug. Okay, can you guys see that plug? Alright, yep, like that, yeah. Oh, I unplugged it. Yep. Hold on. Help if I plugged in the coil. There we go. Alright. That was some bright spark right there. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how I check the ignition. Now the marks are off. Okay, you can see the red mark on the block up in there. And there's actually two marks. There's one down there, but I got to figure out which one goes to this particular engine. And then on the flywheel, let me turn this part back on so you guys can see it. There we go. You can see the red mark right there. That right there is your timing mark for your flywheel. So the plate that's in back of it, is the points plate. This is from a KE, but I wanted to show you. So see this hole right here and this hole? I am drilling holes going all the way around that way and all the way around this way to move the plate in the direction I need to go in. Okay, so when I'm done with this modification, it's that plate right there, my dummy plate, is going to have a whole bunch of holes in it. That plate's going in the trash. I have another plate that I'll be able to pinpoint and drill the hole precisely and give you guys a template and a measurement of where you guys are going to have to drill yours. So then all you're going to have to is download it, put it on there, drill it out, not tap it, but put the bevel in there. I'm going to give you the tool part number, and you'll be able to do all that. So I'm doing all your homework for you. So I'm the nerd in the class. You guys are just on for the free ride, which is awesome. So that's what I'm working on right now. So this engine right here, we had it running in a previous video with this CDI unit. So with that said, let's continue. Okay, let's see if we can get you guys off here. Okay, you can get a little bit of light. I wonder if I can shut this light off. Okay, yes I can. That helped out like very little, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to hook up the negative to the battery. Okay. Then I'm going to take my timing light. I'm going to hold it on there and turn it on. Now it's not going to flash because the engine's not spinning. But when the engine spins, you'll see the flash. Okay, timing mark right over there. Now you couldn't see it in real speed because the camera pulses, but this is flashing every single time. So my timing mark is actually getting close over here. It's almost up to that mark right there. Once that, it's about right about there, so it's just a hair off. Once that timing mark is lined up with the proper timing mark, then this thing is going to run absolutely perfect. It's going to be this is good. This system right here is going to allow this engine to run at a lower idle. It's going to allow it to lower idle, a more smoother acceleration, power band wise, and it's got a lot of benefits to it. One, it's not really going to help in the fuel mileage, if you will, but it will help in the maintenance. You're not going to have to readjust and clean up and do points and all that type of stuff. So you're not going to spend money on points and condenser. You're not going to have to lube up that little the cam. You're not going to have to adjust them every so often. You're not going to have to worry about the bike sputtering, kicking, and farting because it's losing spark. You're not going to have to worry about that. This is a better system. And this system is off of a KE100, and you guys can watch my previous videos and check out the mod. So, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I'm doing and what I have to do, and I think that I'm going in the right direction. So I'm gonna pull off that flywheel real quick and do that. So I'm using a piston stop. You guys can make your own. Some people, you can also use a shoelace. Stick a shoelace in there and leave a little bit sticking out so you can pull it back out, and then it'll bind up inside there. So you don't have to buy all the fancy schmancy tools. But if you like to, you can. And this will here come around, stop right there, top dead center. Pull my spark thing off there. Boom, boom, boom. Get that done. And you'll be able to see all the holes I drilled in this plate. This plate, like I said, is a junk plate. It's only for building this system. By the way, this nut is going to be torqued down to 36 foot-pounds using a torque wrench. And then when you're using the tool, screw that part not all the way out, but enough in there, you know. And screw that back like that. Then put this on. This is reverse threads, by the way, guys. And if it doesn't go in all right, put a little bit of oil on it. Then you wind this in. Use an adjustable wrench, or you can use a socket, either way. And then you tighten it to loosen it, only because it's reverse threads. And then you can see in here, you have your CDI, and then your factory charge coil. And then you can see the holes right here I've drilled already. Let's expand you up there. You can see the holes. So I'm going to drill another one right next to it there, and another one down bottom over here. And then I'm going to keep going until the timing marks mark up properly. And I wanted to show you guys too, on the timing marks, when you guys are doing the timing, I thought that top one was there, but that's not the case. Looks like I'm going to that timing mark there. There's two of them. I got to research and find out which one's which. I don't have the book on this motor yet, so I'm waiting for that to come in. I'm doing this all freehand right at the moment. But that timing mark that's on the flywheel, when the flywheel is spinning, that one right there, that line, will line up with that line using that timing light. You cannot adjust this without a timing light. So my next plate that's going in place of this one, it's not going to have all these holes. It's only going to have the ones needed and then the factory ones that were drilled. Okay? Which we don't care about the factory ones because we're not using them no more. We're actually rotating the plate to move the ignition timing to where it needs to go. And that, my friends, is how that is. So, just kind of busting it along. Dug out some CDI coils. I've got a few of them. Just but these are CDI coils. In fact, let me show you the difference. I'll be right back when we grab the factory coil. Alright, so I'm actually gonna, I'll do it this way. So this is the CDI coil from a KE100, 1996 to 2001. This is the coil right here throughout the 70s and 1980 on these kv75s and MT1s. So this one has the wire built onto it with that connector right there. And then the factory connector on this one is a male spade connector. Now, once again, here's what I did. I took a junk lead from a junk harness I had, and another junk harness with the factory spade, and just heat shrunk them together, crimped them, heat shrunk it together, and then that's my plug and play coil adapter, so I don't have to cut through the factory harness. And then it plugs right into the factory harness, and then the other wire right there goes up to your handlebars. Now, there's another problem with this coil. See this coil right here, this wire? This wire is shorter than the wire that comes with your bike. Okay? So, if you grab the wire on some of these, let's see, does this one do it? See if I can do it. Hold on. This one has not been off. This one is really, really stiff. Wow. Really stiff in there. Okay. You pull it back, and then they unscrew. Okay. I'm sure that one's really, really in there tight. But they unscrew. So anyway, this one here, you just rotate it around, and then it pops off. And then in there's a screw. Okay? And so basically they just screw on, just like the end does. The ends do the same thing. So you can use an automotive wire if you wanted to. The ends just screw on as well. And then it pops off. Well, if you're having too good luck with showing you guys those, I'll be right back. Let me grab one I know I can get off. Well, heck with it. I'll just use the one that's on this motor. Take this one here. There we go. I've already had this one off. They can get tight. And that's it. And then take off the insulation, and there's a screw in there sticking out. And it literally just screws onto it. So slide this on. This boot right here does a couple things. It makes it so you don't get electrocuted, for one. And so crap doesn't go in here and corrode it. Make sure you use these. Make sure they're clean and not ripped. If they're ripped, replace them. You can get them on eBay. Stab it in for a second, and then twist it in until it stops. Here's a tip. If it keeps turning and it doesn't tighten, then what you can do is you can cut the wire back. Like this one right here is turning. I can pull it out like that. That's because this part right here has already been done so many times. So what you could do is you can take a pair of wire cutters. Cut it back. That's tight. And that's it. And then give it the pull test. Okay? And that's going to give you a better connection on your plug. And that's all there is to it. And I only cut them back 1/4 inch at a time, because the thread is not that much. So, let's see this right here. I just dropped it off. I only cut off a 1/4 inch. That's all you need. The length of the that's about the amount of threads that are in there. So if it comes in loose, that's because it's all stripped out. It's really worn out. Just cut a fresh one. Get yourself a nice pair of wire cutters. I got these ones right here. These are wire strippers. And then you flip them inside out. There's a pair of wire cutters on the end. So, just some stuff that I use. Who makes these? Give you the name. See the name right there? It's kind of I can't pronounce it. Kronus. K-R-O-N-U-S. These are really nice. I like these things. So, don't be afraid to get involved with it. You know what I mean? So, this is my timing video on the kv75. I'm going to do one more showing you guys when it's all set and dead on. It's just kind of a pain in the neck today to drill and show you guys, and we're already 24 minutes into the video. You'd be here all day. It just wouldn't be worth. Yeah, you guys get the idea. I'm drilling holes. I'm going to keep going. I'm going this way with the holes to make them line up. Once they line up, I'm good to go. And I believe that is the timing mark I'm going after right there. I thought it was that one, but it's that one. And I can tell because when this right here was back that way, it wouldn't run at that one. So when I put it on the first hole, the engine wouldn't. It just backfired, sputtered, and kicked. As I got here, the engine kicked over and backfired out through the carburetor. As I got to this one right here, it kind of ran, but I couldn't throttle it up. I got to here, I throttled up, and it would run, but it wasn't running right. So I'm going to go to here, and I should have a better result. And then once I get to that point where I can do that, I can once I get it till the lines are dead on, this thing will run absolutely perfect. Then from there, I can take the plate off, put it on a piece of paper, mark it all up, get myself where it's going to go. I'm going to use the factory holes, the factory ones, the ones that were automatically drilled in this thing originally, as my starting point. And then I'll give you guys a measurement to it. There'll be a template that you guys can upload, and there'll be, you know, factory holes and drilled holes and countersunk. And I countersink them so I can use my I can use the factory screws. Everything I do on these bikes, I like them to be as close to factory as absolute possible. So if I have to put that type of taper on it, I'm putting that type of taper on it. It's a real easy tool to buy. You can buy them anywhere. So to make that taper, and this is aluminum and it cuts like butter. So there's really not a whole lot. So I'm going to get into that right there with you guys on my next ignition video to show you guys where I'm at. But I believe that right there is the timing mark that I'm after, because my timing is moving in that direction. So we'll go from there. If not, it could be that one. I'm still researching it. I don't know. So we're going to find out. I know different years had different things. So I'm going to get all that information. We'll get this thing timed up, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And this is another part on this ignition timing and an update on my kv75, which I can't wait to, just take me out of the stand for a minute. I can't wait to get going. In fact, I haven't even, we're going to tear this engine down because I want to replace this shaft. The shaft is stripped right out. We're going to replace that shaft. And I haven't even seen the oiler in this thing. I haven't even had that side off. Okay. And by the way, guys, you put your oil in here until it comes out that hole right there where it says oil level. It's kind of hidden. Alright. It's always next to a kickstart. I haven't even had this cover off to inspect. I just loosened it up when I turned the motor around. So let's take a look and see what's in there, because I have no idea. I know the oil pump is in there, but I don't think... Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of crud. A lot of crap. No. It's literally just missing the cable. Look at that, guys. Same as the KE100. It's just upside down. Same exact oiler. Same holes, same ports, everything's the same. Guess what this thing's gonna get? I've got a nice oiler from a newer KE100 that would fit right on this motor. And I think this one's going to get a new oil pump, guys. I think it is. Yipper-dipper-doo, which is nice because the grommet's all there. And the old piece is broken right off inside there. You can see where it's broken. So that's going to have to be taken out somehow. And I don't think it's going to come out easy. Can't imagine that coming out easy now. No, it seized right in there. So we are going to extract that, throw it out if we have to. And I think that's what happened. I think they snapped it off and then said, well, I'm going to premix it. So, good to know. Thank you, guys. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Guys, 1,277 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you very much for your support, guys. I love doing these projects. I really, really do. So, look at this, guys. It's hack. Hack. So, but, no, I do appreciate all your support. So, we're going to keep these videos rolling. Keep them coming. And, thank you for coming on another adventure with me. Talk to you guys later.